You don't have to worry about the right job. You don't have to worry about the right house. You don't have to worry about what your kids are going to choose. You don't have to worry about how your spouse is going to respond to you. When you are both walking in the ways of the Lord, the blessings just flow. His blessings just flow from you. And there is a life. It's an abundant life that he has for you. Some of y'all knew the Pacific Coast Highway. Ain't nobody heard of Cottonwood Canyon Road. And so we said, man, you know what? This could be incredible. So we got to the front of Cottonwood Canyon Road, and again, we got this big old Jeep, so we air the tires down, get them down to nice low pressure so we can drive on this dirt road, and man, we start on this journey. And I'm telling you, nobody around. And after you've been on vacation and you're around other people, especially if you go to any kind of national park, how many of y'all know that the pictures that you see on Instagram of national parks are not what you experience when you get there? You see people everywhere. And you're like, man, I'm just trying to get a picture of Old Faithful, and all I see is people, you know what I'm saying? And so we were ready to just get away from that, and so we started traveling down this road. There's nobody there. And we are just cruising along, and we're enjoying these sights. We're enjoying southern Utah and all the beauty of the red rocks and all of the different things that we're seeing. And man, we're having the time of our life. We're driving through this dirt road, and then pretty soon I was like, hey, babe, you want to get behind the wheel? And she's like, yeah, because sitting in the passenger seat going like this is not as much fun as when you're driving it. And so she starts driving, and she's having a great time. And then the next thing you know, I said, hey, Jude, our 17-year-old, I said, Jude, you want to get a little wheel time? And he's like, let's do it, man. And so he gets some wheel time, and we're driving through these dirt roads and experiencing amazing things. And I got to some wheel time, and Pastor Jenny got some wheel time. Jude got some wheel time. And then Case is in the back seat, and he's just begging, let me drive. Boy, you're 13 years old. You ain't driving nothing. Let me drive. I want to drive. Please let me drive. And I got to be honest with you. He doesn't know this. But he got to me so much that I was really close to letting him drive. I was really close to letting him drive. In fact, he doesn't even know this, but I'm going to tell you what. I even thought to myself, you know what? We get to the next little bend, and I'm going to pull over, and I'm going to give him some wheel time. And it'll be his first time driving because there's nobody around, and we're just going to let him be able to celebrate it. And sure enough, the next bend came around, and it was the end of the road. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. You were so close, yet so far away. He don't know it. He don't know it. He knows it now. He's gonna be begging me at the end of this service. Go, let me drive. Come on, somebody. See, well, I've been on many different roads. I've been on many different types of roads. I've been on the big roads, and I've been on the small roads. The question again is, what road are you traveling on? What road are you on, and where is it taking you? You know, the thing that's interesting about all of the different roads, and even the ones that I spoke about today. Southern California, the easiest way to be able to get around is driving up the 5. It's got easy access. Take you to where you want to be able to go. Not as very many people go over and take Pacific Coast Highway. It doesn't have as much access. It takes a little bit longer, a little bit slower pace of life. But you know what's interesting about this is that so many people, when they choose the 5, they think that they want to choose it because it's easier. And what they don't realize is that that road is actually the 4th most dangerous road in America. The top 10 most dangerous roads in America are all highways. But we don't even think about it. We don't even realize it, of how dangerous it is to travel the wide road that so many people take. Because what happens to us is that we become so desensitized to the dangers around us that we don't even realize that there's dangers around us. We become so desensitized to all the fatalities that happen that we don't even think twice about it. The only thing that we think when we see a police car and it's dead traffic in front of us is the only thing that we're worried about is it's slowing me down. And perhaps the road that you're on is the road that so many people are taking, and it's just leading you in the same direction that everybody else is going, which is towards destruction. But you don't even realize it. because it's just what everybody else is doing. It's where everybody else is going. And if everybody is experiencing the same kind of pain and the same kind of hurt that I am, then what's the big deal? What road are you on? Is the road that you're taking you to a place that is full of destruction, full of hurt, full of pain? Is the road that you're on, is it one that's full of other people that you hang around with who are divorced, and you just think that that's just the normal way to live? It's just normal to go through pain. It's just normal to go through divorce. It's normal to have addictions inside of your life. It's normal for your kids to not want to be able to hang out with you. It's normal to be in fight with your wife, with your husband all of the time. We just think that those are normal things. Why? Because that's the way that everybody's living. And we become desensitized to even the destruction that's around us. I've got news for you today. You don't have to live that way. That's not the road that God wants you to be able to take. That's not the path that He wants you to be able to go on. The road that He wants you to be able to take is a road that will lead you to life. Not destruction, but an abundant life. A life that is full of so many blessings that you just turn around and you don't even understand, how are there so many blessings that God is showing me? How is He blessing me in so many different areas? Why is it that my wife loves me so much, even though all of my friends, their wives hate them? Why? Because God is showing me the right way to be able to live. Why is it that my kids want to be around me when so many other kids want to be able to run away from their parents? Why? Because God's blessings are on our home. Because you don't have to live like everybody else any longer. The truth that God wants you to be able to know when He says that you should travel the narrow road and despise the wide road, the truth that He wants you to know is this: you can live new. You don't have to live like everybody else anymore. Old-time religion tells you to live new. Come on, somebody. Old-time religion tells you to reject the way that the world is living and to accept the way that God wants you to be able to live. He died on the cross for you to do that. He wants you to be there. Romans chapter 6, verse 4 says this, powerful verse. And just as Christ was raised from the dead by the glorious power of the Father, now we also may live new lives. Because of the amazing work that Jesus Christ did on the cross of Calvary, you can live a new life. Because you don't have to live in all of that sin. You don't have to live in all of that junk. You don't have to live the way that the world teaches you to live. No, instead, you can live the way that God wants you to live. Live a new life. Live a life that so many people scratch their head and wonder, why would you choose that? Because can't you see that so many people are on this road? And if the crowd is doing it, then you should do it as well. Listen, I can tell you this. I've followed the crowd, and I would much rather follow Christ than follow the crowd. His way will bring you to life. The crowd is going to lead you to destruction. But you don't even realize it because we become so desensitized to it. Jesus had a choice of the road that He was on, just as you have a choice on the road that you're on. On a Good Friday, right before this celebration of our Easter Sunday, Jesus is sitting there and He's looking at the road that's in front of Him, and He knows where that destination is going to lead. He says this as He's sitting here praying about what's going to happen. He says, Father, if you're willing, please take this cup of suffering away from me. Jesus in this moment has a choice in front of Him. What road is He going to follow? What path is He going to follow? It's right there. And then you hear Him say these words, yet I want your will to be done and not mine. In this moment, Jesus has been walking a road and a journey. And in this moment, powerful moment, He faces a fork in the road. In one way, He can choose a way out. I can't go through this suffering. I can't go through that path. I don't want to go down that way because it's going to hurt. And so He could have easily taken the road that many people choose, what seems to be the easy way out. But yet Jesus, in this holy moment, he says, you know what path I'm going to choose? I'm going to choose to walk through the narrow gate and walk down the Via Dolorosa, which means the way of suffering. He had a fork in the road moment. What path is he going to choose? And Jesus decided to walk the way of suffering. And the reason why he did it is for you. Because of the joy set before him, he endured the suffering. Because of you, he endured the suffering. Because he knew that you had a choice in front of you and that life was going to take you in one way or the other. And the only way for you to come to know what life truly is through Jesus Christ. And now, because he has risen from the dead and the joy set before him, now he is seated beside God. And where you can be is seated beside God. You don't have to walk down the destructive road that so many people are going. You don't have to walk down the way that so many people are living and choose to listen to the teachings of the world that will tell you that success is when you have enough money in the bank account. That success is when you have the right house with the right kind of car and the right kids going to the right school, doing the right thing at all the right time. And that's what everything in this life is about. It's not about that at all. It's about being able to follow Jesus Christ. And I'm going to tell you something. When you begin to follow the way of Jesus Christ, his blessings begin to flow out. You don't have to worry about the right job. You don't have to worry about the right house. You don't have to worry about what your kids are going to choose. You don't have to worry about how your spouse is going to respond to you. When you are both walking in the ways of the Lord, the blessings just flow. His blessings just flow from you. And there is a life, it's an abundant life that he has for you.